Hi, it's the final day of the Gartner trade show. I'm with Richard Thexton and myself. Rich, what was your biggest takeaway from yesterday?
For me, there's a huge amount of information to take into these things. The talks are very insightful, as you might imagine, but for me, it was every time someone came across to our stand to ask us what we did and talked a bit more about computer future in the recruitment sector, everyone, I think bar none, was surprised about the amount of data we can actually pull from our database ourselves and actually get some insight into market trends around the hiring process. We showed them heat maps around if they were to hire in certain areas or geographically, what technologies are available in terms of skill sets as well. I think literally everyone was very surprised that we could actually advise a client on what's realistic when they're hiring and how we could go through the data on our system to regenerate new candidates based predicting on what they're probably working with now but previously weren't. So good example, data science didn't exist as a job title 4 or 5 years ago, so we would search and regenerate candidates who were perhaps data engineers but had a strong mathematical background. And it's insight like that which the clients would generally, every single person was surprised and quite amazed about, to be honest.
Yeah.
So that's been really useful,
I found it very interesting when you kind of talked about the digital journey that Computer Futures has gone on.
Yeah, I think again that surprised me that we're an IT recruitment company, that's our trade, but we've had to go on that journey ourselves, just like everyone around in this hall at the moment. And again, it was really good to build rapport and commonality with the clients we're speaking to. Yeah, definitely. For me, it was interaction with people.
Yeah, definitely. There's an awful lot of engagement in the afternoon. Very
definitely.
Much around
What about yourself?
So much information. It can be overwhelming that you're taking in so much. Internet of Things was the big thing. The Toshiba presentation I went to was excellent. 2 points. There's going to be 30 billion devices on IoT by 2020, and IoT is now surpassed mobile, tablet, and PC, which is incredible. And 117 billion has been invested into healthcare, which is just absolutely amazing. I really like the idea of proactive healthcare, where you're actually managing healthcare before people get sick, so you're actually managing a wellness. And some of the cost reductions that they can actually get, as well as making people feel better, such as they can actually predict if someone's going to have a fall by looking at their bones and actually seeing the probability of them having a fall by they actually reach a certain age. So they can actually put in handrails into the person's house for £250. And the chances of that person falling because of the handrails, and it can reduce by 70%, saving of £14,000 what an operation could happen. Not to mention the customer that, which is the person could actually have from that fall, could be devastating to them. But also how certain companies such as Zurich are changing how they come up with pricing premiums of their insurance by recording your driving habits, and rather than actually giving you an insurance premium based on the market, you've got your own insurance premium. So the insurance companies have got day-to-day interaction with their user, rather than it's once a year I now need to get involved and pay for my insurance premium. That was very, very
build up a lot of trust, isn't it, in a sector which traditionally doesn't have much trust because not much interaction with the client.
Exactly, so it's day-to-day interaction, and also they reduce accidents as well, so there's some really, really good benefits. And then the final takeaway was 20% of the content that we're going to read by 2018 is going to be done by a robot. So a robot's going to be writing the content that we read, and if you actually look at most football websites or write-ups, they're actually written by an algorithm.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Poetry's written by an algorithm, and some very, very interesting music is written by an algorithm as well. So there were some of the takeaways from yesterday, but it's definitely on my mind. And I'd said to some of the people also yesterday was that your boss, chances are by next year, could be a robot as well, similar to Uber, which is driven by an algorithm. So these things are very, very interesting from my take. But well, thanks for your time. There'll be more updates later on.